Hello and welcome to Nikki V's Let Him Find You. As you know, this is my weekly video chat where I share with you some snippets, something that I believe is really going to help you to bring that man closer to you and quicker. And this is for you as a single woman when you want to stop that whole searching or finding or even hunting, as some women have said to me, for a man, and really just to relax and go, oh, wouldn't it be fantastic if he finds you? So in this weekly video chat, I always sort of think to myself, what am I going to talk about today that's really going to assist you and really help you if you're in that place where sometimes it gets a bit kind of, when's he coming and why have I not quite, why have I not attracted him? Why am I still single when all around me seems to be in a relationship? And I opened the newspaper this morning and saw this article. I'm just trying to think what the actual title was, but it was something about things I want before I have a baby. Now, before you switch off, if you're my age or younger than my age, and you're going, look, I'm way past baby stage, or I've had all my babies and my babies have had babies, and I'm a grandma like you, Nikki, this is just as important for you because actually it told me something very, very powerful. And the number one thing I saw, which absolutely warmed my heart, and when I told Tony, he went, oh, you see, it's everything we've noticed over the last 10 or so years, which is actually when women are completely and utterly honest. All they really want in life, they want other things, but all they really want in life is they want to get married and have babies. And maybe that is what we're on the planet for. It's my philosophy, not everybody's philosophy, but it's my philosophy definitely, is that's what we're here on the planet for. So what they said is, number one thing is they wanted, before they had babies, they wanted to be married. And if you've got an issue around that whole marriage thing, don't worry, we're talking about it as if it's an intimate relationship anyway. So that was the number one thing. Here's what was scary. What they said is before they wanted to have a baby, they wanted to have a career up to very senior level. They wanted to have a nice car, which I'm sure is fine. They wanted to own their own house, and they wanted to have savings of 10,000 plus in the bank. And was there anything else, Tone? I can't remember. No, I think that was it. And then they wanted to have a baby, right? Okay, so Tony and I read this and we went, look, we understand why women would want that. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to buy a house. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a great career. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have some savings in the bank. Oh, yes, they wanted to clear all their debts if they've been students and they've got debts and stuff. But here's the thing, what we've noticed over the years is that the difficulty is that a lot of women, that's because what's happened in this day and age is that women have been brought up to say this is the most important thing, is that they make this very much their priority. So they make having a career above everything else. They make buying a house above everything else. They make having these savings in the bank. And here's the impact it has. If you're a woman and you have got, as I would call it, looking at that, your life all sorted and you've got like your focus on making sure you have all that, then the man doesn't have a job. Tony always says, if you're trying to do my job, what about your job, right? And of course that is what's so true, is that especially on the financial thing. So imagine for a moment that you've got all that, right? And maybe even you've got married, but let's just say you're a single woman and you've got a nice house and you've got a nice car and you've got a great job and you're putting all your attention to that. And then you go, I'd like to be married or I'd like to be in an intimate relationship. Here's the problem, is that what a man first of all, it's a bit like last week when I said, what do men really want, right? What they don't want to do is fail. So they don't want to look at you and go, okay, I'm in competition with that, or there was nothing for me to do to take care of her. She's got it all sorted. And of course the difficulty is, if that's a house, let's just take a house for a second. See, what every man wants, even if he's showing up in a less than masculine way, is he wants to have his own castle. He wants to have his own castle where he brings his woman to and has his children and all that sort of thing. Whereas if you've already got that, here's what you're likely to attract, and here's what's so difficult. You could attract one of those men who's actually not doing very well and is not really capable of creating his own castle, So what does he do? He comes and moves into yours. And I cannot tell you the amount of couples that we have assisted where that has been the sensible, practical thing to do, and that's what's giving them the most pain and disconnection in their relationship, because it leaves you in the wrong roles. It leaves you as the provider, you as the woman as the provider, and it leaves the man as the person being taken care of. So that's just the house. And actually, if I can, keep it quick, the finances is pretty much the same. Now, before you start going, oh, hold on a minute, Nikki, I like to earn money and I want to have a great job and everything, that's fine. But if you make it so that you're putting all your attention to that, what a man is going to do is very naturally kind of move away from you. He's going to kind of go, you know what, I just don't feel like this is for me. It's like Tony was saying to me this morning, it's like when a man feels not good about himself because he's not he's not earning as much money as you, or he's not got his own castle or whatever. What he does is he creates chemicals in his body and he literally makes him want to run away. And I'm going, I've heard him say that before, but not as clearly as I heard it this morning. So basically what he's helped me to understand is what it feels like to be a man looking at that. So then, we've got things like wanting to have money in the bank, and I have a client at the moment, one of our VIP customers who we spend quality time with every month. She said, I would expect that I would need to have at least the same amount of savings or the same amount of equity in my house or the same amount. I don't want to have more, but at least I should have to contribute, surely. And I go, not really. And she went, well, I don't understand that in this day and age. And I said, yes, I know. That seems to be the norm in this day and age, when in actual fact, when we get back to natural, what a man wants and what a woman really wants, it's so much healthier. You'll get so much more connection. You'll get so much more love if actually he is more of the provider. If he is more of the person that's taking the lead in things. And if he's got no savings and you've got loads, we have one particular couple which we have helped for a long time, and she's got a property which she rents out, she's got loads of savings, she's got loads of security, and he just feels impotent, actually, interestingly. He feels unnecessary because she's got it all sorted. And you might go, well, he needs to man up, but the thing is, he wants to man up, but she's not creating that space. When we talked about last week, we talked about creating that space for a great man to come into your world. So these were the things that people said were really more important to them than having a baby. And then the last thing that was on this little article again warmed my heart, because it said that more than 50% of women said that, I remember the other thing now, they said that they wanted to do a year out and go to travelling all over the world, which of course is fabulous when you're a student or when you're a young person, go travel the world. In fact, I did it in my 40s, if I'm absolutely honest. But what they said was more than 50% of women said they would give that up. In other words, they'd go, you know what, it's a nice thought, but I'd actually let that go, because actually what's important for me is my picture of when I have a home with this fantastic man provides, or that he takes me to, or we provide together, which is okay, that actually we have a garden and we have a space where our children or our grandchildren can play. And all I can tell you is, as I read that article, I thought, oh my God, that absolutely warms my heart, because it means that the majority of women are really, when they're telling the truth, they're saying, this is what I really want. And all I wanted to do today was say, look, I understand why you would want other things, but be very, very careful that you don't over try to get those other things, so that actually when a man comes towards you, the first thing he does is go, whoa, hold on a minute, that's not the woman of my dreams that I can take care of. So, that's all great. And what I just wanted to share with you is that there is a complimentary course, which I think I tell you about every week, but I just have had people write in and go, how do I get it? How do I get it? And basically, you just go beneath the video and give us your details, and we will send that. And that's great. You can have that winging into your inbox as soon as possible, and that will give you loads more distinctions about how to bring him closer quicker and have him find you. So until next week, I'll see you then. Bye bye.